behind the scenes with future country rock blues kings and queens. Discover them first with Palm Mash TV. Palm Mash TV.
Well, hello there. It's Paul Mash TV time again. Thank you so much for joining us. We got another great interview coming up in just a moment. But before we begin, don't forget about that subscribe and bell buttons below you there as always, and you're always going to keep up with the latest episodes we have. And leave a comment on the comment section. We'd love to hear from you there. And if you pay attention to the description part as well as the closing credits, you're going to find contact info for you, so I hope you'll stay tuned for that. From Phoenix, Arizona today, we have Lori Kole, another talented artist. I think you're going to agree. And we're going to get to that in a second, but first there's another quick word from the Caden Gordon Show, so don't go away. We'll be right back right after this.
It is Caden from the Caden Gordon Show, today's best country mix. Check out my show at thecadengordonshow.com.
Okay, we're back, and with us from Phoenix, Arizona today, we have Lori Kole. Thanks for joining us, Lori.
Hey, thanks for having me, Paul. Great to be here today.
Yeah, no problem. We're glad to have you. Everybody gets their own start in music in one way, shape, or form. It's usually a different story every time. Why don't you tell us about how you decided you wanted to become an artist? Have you always wanted to be one since you were a kid? Maybe you fell into it years later. Tell everybody your story.
Oh, sure. The first memory I have of singing, I think I was about 6 years old. I was raised on a ranch in the middle of nowhere. It was a little map dot town, beautiful town, great place to live. However, I needed hobbies, and I just remember singing at the age of 6, really loving it. And I used to read the comic books from the Archies,
Mm-hmm.
and I always wanted to be Veronica. She had the dark hair. So yeah, I just kind of grew from there. And then when I got to be older, I joined a choral association. And when I was a teenager, moved into the big city and started taking some singing lessons with a fellow by the name of Ray St. Germain, who was really quite an icon in Canada. And he kind of took me under his wing when I was about 20 and took me on stage with my knees knocking together at the Holiday Inn with his band. And he really gave me my start.
Mm. Well, that's quite a story there. And, I don't know there's a kid alive that didn't enjoy listening to the Archies, so.
With the tambourine, Betty and Veronica.
Yeah, that's about right. What would you say some of your influences are? I mean, I'm sure there's a few artists that really influenced you to become the artist you are today. Maybe you can mention a few of them.
Sure. Well, as a kid, in my 6-year-old days, I loved Madonna and Cyndi Lauper. They were my favorites, and Laura Branigan. And then as I got older, my mom was always listening to country music on the radio. We kind of had one channel, being as remote as it was. We had like a couple of radio stations. And so it played a mix of like pop, rock, country. So I do have influences of rock and pop. And I'd say my biggest influence on that side that I really love the texture and the sound of her voice is Stevie Nicks. Love her. The moves of Tina Turner was like amazing, watching her. And then, when I got to be in my teen years, I started listening to Reba McEntire, and I love how she, bends her voice and she really just captures a song she sings, every chorus just a little different, every verse. So, I love that. So she's been a huge country music influence. Really love Lori Morgan. Such a great, beautiful, country voice. And, I guess for newer artists, I really love Miranda Lambert. She just writes beautiful songs. And those are some of my influences.
Yeah, Madonna and Cyndi Lauper, and even Reba McEntire. I mean, those are definitely legends, and I can see how you were
Steve
influenced by
Nicks.
them.
Hmm.
And yeah, some of the other ones you mentioned too. Yeah, they were all legends as well. Now, people might want to learn more about you. Are you on social media, streaming media? Do you have an official website? I mean, tell everybody all about that.
I do. So I have an official website. It's Lori Kole with a K.com. I also have a YouTube channel, Instagram, as well as Facebook.
Okay. Well, check them out. Check her out on all those, places she just mentioned. I know she would love to hear from you. And why don't you tell us a little bit about the song we're about to watch? Tell us the title as well. I'm sure there's a great story behind the song.
Yes, I'm so proud of this song. I think it's my best one yet. It's called The Rains. It was released June 9th worldwide. I wrote this song. It's a tribute song to my dad. It's very empowering. I wrote it with a fellow in Nashville. His name's Adam Wheeler. I do quite a lot of writing with him. I just love it. The song is, so my dad was a rancher. He was an entrepreneur. He ran a cattle ranch with his brother. They had about 500 head of cattle growing up. So there's always something to do. Some little job, whether it was planting potatoes in the garden or, chasing cattle. It was always exciting when there was a cattle ranching, herding day. But Dad had a horse named Midnight, and he just was such a great man. And he taught me so many things. He passed away when I was in my early 20s. So didn't really get like feels, I guess, a little cheated on time. So the song really paints a picture of how he lived his life, teaching us and instilling in us just the values of, making good decisions and charting your course in life. Establish your goals, dream your dreams. He lived by the weather, so many days it's like, oh, it's raining, it's this, it's that. I've seen him and my mom, really overcome a lot of obstacles, and really that's life, and I was just blessed to have him as a dad to teach us and to show us, how to make goals and have dreams.
Okay. Well, I really love this song, and I know you guys are going to as well. And we'll get to that in a second. But Lori, thank you so much for coming on the show today. If you'd like to come back sometime, let us know. Maybe we'll have you back on a second time.
I would love that. Thank you so much, Paul.
Okay. Well, here it is, The Rains by Lori Kole, and it begins right now.
Daddy had a horse named Midnight. To me, he was 10 feet tall. He'd take him all day on the cattle drive. We could hear him coming home. He said, I'll put you in the saddle if you want me to, but there's one thing you can't do. Never let go, no, never let go of the reins. But I know your heart, and you've got what it takes to never let go, no, never let go of the reins. He said, my girl, you're becoming a woman now. You'll be headed out before you know. If you think midnight was a crazy ride, just wait until you hit the world. Stay up in the saddle like I taught you to, and when life's bucking you,